Living in Worthing today, you could be forgiven for knowing little or nothing about Tarring Village. But take a turning off the busy roads which surround it and you will find a very special place with architecture dating back many centuries. Until the 1930s, when Rectory Road was built, bypassing the village, Tarring's High Street was a busy thoroughfare with double-decker buses using it. The old pub sign over the George and Dragon even had to be raised to allow buses to pass underneath. Tarring existed long before most of Worthing. In the Domesday Book of 1086, the parish of Tarring was recorded as having just 41 inhabitants, but its history can be traced back even further than that, to the reign of King Athelstan, the first King of England. Some might say that Tarring Village, and village is how the residents still think of it, is one of Worthing's best kept secrets. We found a vibrant, active and very friendly community, a place where the past is properly appreciated, but also a place where the local people are outward looking and keen to keep the village alive and thriving.
The West Tarring Cycle Club started informally about 10 years ago. Group of friends, Robert, Angela, another Angela and myself. But then we sort of gathered momentum with the group in the High Street, our friends and our neighbours. So in about 2007 we started, socially based around cafes and really nice sort of things and outings. 15 miles upwards up to 70 miles. We do overseas trips, 5-day trips to France and things like that. And it's a great fun thing, a social thing, so we all ride together, we all look out for each other. So it's a good club and anyone is welcome. Today we're actually off to Hove via Coombs Road, which is a sort of a mix of a bit of hills up Coombs, some nice valley views in the Stenning Valley, and then a nice cafe stop in Hove, which Sue has found out and booked for us. We've got a big rounders and fish and chips evening in July, which we call the Fish and Chipper. We have a rounders match, and then we go for a little cycle ride and have some lovely fish and chips too.
Morris dancing forms a quintessential part of so many English villages, and Tarring is no exception. We caught up with this well-known local group at the Vine pub in May.
Something Village Morris, we started in 1978. This is our 40th year of Morris dancing, which we're celebrating on the 30th of June in Shorn. We've danced in this area loads and loads of times. We're a men's side and a ladies' side, we're not a mixed side. There are about 20 men, we have about 24 ladies, 8 musicians, and we have 8 Morris miners. These are our little grandchildren and small children that are now dancing with us.
Market is a really popular annual event when the whole village comes together in the grounds of the old palace. The theme of this year's market was a patriotic celebration of our Queen's 65 years on the throne.
Welcome to Tarring Market. We're having an amazing day here today. The sun's shining, people are friendly, it's a really good buzz here. We're hoping to raise a lot of money for the local school, Palatine, and also the church. The Silver Band is playing, and we started the day by having a procession down the High Street with everybody wearing their crowns and singing the national anthem.
As you can see, here we are in the Casablanca bar, Lick and Mix Bar, Americane, where we're serving drinks to the lovely people at Tarring Market. And the sun's come out, the band's playing, and we've got some nice drinks, some nice cocktails. So it's all going entirely to plan. And everybody seems to be enjoying themselves, which is the most important thing.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's helped put the Tarring Market on today. It's been a wonderful occasion with the community coming together. There's been the church supported and Palatine Primary, who does so much with the disabled children of the local area. It's just been a wonderful occasion with the Worthing Band and the Mayor and everyone else here. So a big thank you, and see you again next year.
This house, Bishop's Garth, is famous for its ancient fig gardens, which are opened to the public for just one day each year.
The house was probably built about 300 years ago, beginning 1715 or so. It was at one time the largest fig orchard in the country. It had about 150 trees. In the 80s it was developed, and the developers got planning permission to cut down 2/3 of the orchard and build 2 houses on it, and because of that the council erected a sign outside saying it's a private property but open to the public one day a year. So, and today is the day. We don't charge for coming in, and we don't charge for tea or coffee, but if anybody puts money in the pot, that goes to cover the costs. And we've also in the past helped a Seychelles boy become a doctor, and we bought him books and everything. We met him while we were sailing. Came from a very poor background in the Seychelles and has since become a doctor, so we're quite pleased.
Here in the heart of Tarring Village we have the very long established Jean Butterworth School of Dancing, now known as JBS Dance. Let's go inside and find out more about it from the principal, Caroline Jenkins.
Jean Butterworth School of Dancing was founded by Jean Butterworth, FRAD, who was a very renowned examiner, almost 80 years ago now, and took over this building, I think, just about 5 years before I came here, and I've been here nearly 27 years now. I'd been a pupil here when I was younger. I went to the Goring branch, as it was then, and I then went on to Bush Davis School and the Royal Ballet School, and then had a 10-year career as a classical ballerina in the Royal Belgian Ballet. So today we're just about to start our nursery ballet class. So that's our 3-year-olds, 3 to 4.5-year-olds. So this is where it all starts, and they all start with ballet, and then they add perhaps a tap or a modern class when they're just a little bit older. I've had pupils from this school going on to some of the greatest colleges in the country, so to the Royal Ballet School, Tring Park School, Elmhurst School, all for ballet, and Central Ballet School. And I've had musical theatre students going on to Lane Theatre Arts, Bird's College of Performing Arts, London Studio Centre, Erdang Academy. So each year we have 3 or 4 graduates going on. We have about 200 strong in the school, from the tiny ones right through to the 18-year-olds. So they all go on. I've now got an ex-pupil of mine in 42nd Street in the West End, another one in Strictly Ballroom in the West End. I've got pupils who've been in the Scottish Ballet and English National Ballet, and lots of students who've been on dancing on cruise ships worldwide. And I now have 2 ex-students who are back with me actually teaching at my school. They teach the modern and the jazz. So their ex-students went off to college, went off and worked professionally, and then they're now back here teaching for me. So it's a big family.
If it's a light snack or some delicious cake you're after, you can be assured that a warm welcome awaits you at the Old Bakehouse.
Welcome to the Old Bakehouse. I'm Linda, this is Melanie. I took over the Old Bakehouse in March 2017. Melanie joined me 6 months later. Thank you, Melanie.
That's quite all right, Linda. I've enjoyed working with you. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do. Melanie, do you want to tell them about our cake?
Yes, our cakes, as you can see, we have the Victoria, the coffee. Most of these obviously are 50% less sugar because we like to tailor to our customers' needs, apart from the pure indulgence of the chocolate. We obviously make our own brownies, flapjacks, millionaires. Our cheese scones are very popular. We really just try to create a nice light community for everybody here. We're all friends, we all know what each other like, and it's basically just like being in your own living room, but not. I've known Linda for 20 years. We're quite a crazy couple.
Yeah, we are. We also have a book swap, which if you come in, you take a book for £1, then you can swap it for 50p. We've raised quite a lot of money so far, £200 so far. And we've given charities. It £50 increments to different charities. The High Street is meant to be one of the oldest streets in Worthing. So
we're the oldest couple.
Yeah, probably.
There you go, ladies. Oh, thank you so much. That looks lovely. Thank you.
Sweetie. Thank you very much. Tomatoes.
Yes, we come here every week after we've been to our exercise class. We like coming here because we enjoy it, the food's nice, the people are lovely, and we're treated like family here.
This is one of many historic properties in Tarring with an interesting past. We dropped in on the owners to learn more about it.
So welcome to Gospel Hall. Gospel Hall, a unique property in the heart of Tarring High Street. It was built in the late 1830s as a meeting house for the Plymouth Brethren. And it was used as a place of worship probably until around just 40 years ago. In fact, there was a lady who moved from the High Street about two or 3 years ago who came here as a little girl and attended Sunday school. It was bought by a developer around in the early 2000s who created the whole internal structure of the building totally different to what it was before, because it was used as a warehouse for Mencat for many years, and it was quite derelict for some time after the Plymouth Brethren left it. So we now have a house here which has got 4 bedrooms, and we've been living here now for about 12 years.
St Andrew's Church, dedicated in 1372, is fortunate in having an enthusiastic group of Bellringers. We joined them for one of their weekly practice nights to see what's involved.
One good thing about ringing is that you're always made welcome wherever you go. Quite often we go on holiday and we look up what towers are ringing close to where we're staying and go along and say, do you mind if we join you for your practice? And we're always made welcome. There's a great bunch of young ringers, under 18s. They've recently won the national youth contest in which 22 teams from across the country entered. But saying that, nearly every church around the country is short of bell ringers. Here at Tarring, there are only 3 members attached to the tower. The rest of us are usually from Goring or Heen, come along to help along for both practices and on Sunday service times. Here we go. If you would like to know more about ringing and especially learn to ring, practice nights here at West Tarring is a Monday night, so do come along and we can give you a go. You can try out the ropes as such. We always hope that you'll take it up and stay. I personally have been ringing for about 54 years and there's still always plenty to learn and lots of people to meet.
Well, we're nearing the end of our visit to Tarring, but there's just time to catch up with local singing group High Street Harmony, who are rehearsing for their forthcoming pantomime Sing Along a Cinderella. The group has even got a song dedicated to the village called the Tarring Toast. They're currently practicing here at Robert and Angela's, so let's go in and have a listen.
Hello Lucy.
Hi
Welcome.
Angela, thank you.